Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 17 of my 6-player free-for-all Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, myself and 5 AI opponents set to Emperor difficulty are playing a true free-for-all game in which there are no set teams. In this series, I'm playing as the Nomad Sorcerer, Quora the Desert Rose. In our last episode, the major development is that we declared war on one of our opponents. In this case, it was Brock Goldran, the Dwarf Sorcerer. And in particular here, you can see, if I zoom down, we used our rogue-led army, and we actually battled one of Brock's stacks, killed off one of Brock's heroes, and we are now about to attack one of his cities, a very small one here. We're going to probably go for this city, and then turn around and head back towards a number of the other cities that Brock has here. There's at least 2 or 3 of them in this area, and then we will have to locate his throne city and see if we can hopefully eventually lay siege to that. So that's probably what we're going to focus on this episode, is really just kind of solidifying our forces here as we move towards all-out assault on Brock's territory. And we're going to keep in mind, of course, the other opponents, because we know Brock is at war currently with Olarmian Robstone, and we know Olarmian Robstone is at war, obviously, with Brock, but also with Bowen Stargazer, our Shadow Elf Sorcerer opponent. So there's kind of a lot of interplay there, and we'll have to keep an eye on that. So I think we'll jump right in here. I don't want to belabor the point anymore, so let's just see here. Last episode, we had left off with quite a few things still to do. I think we had done just a couple of things before we ended the episode, and of course, like I said, here's the big development. Brock is now obviously our enemy. Lots of join offers. Again, we're going to leave those be for now. We do have to still worry about this, and I've been kind of ignoring it, but this Rise of the Fire Rogue, meaning that this rogue hero is going to be roaming the map in the next couple of turns here, and that really could threaten some of our cities. So I may actually want to reinforce maybe my most important cities, and if any of them do get captured, I can then rally an army and go and try to take it back. However, let's skip the production choices here and see which armies still have to move. Okay, here we go. So our Theocrat is ready to go. Right, okay, and last episode, that was another big development. So if we jump back up, we decided ultimately to send our Theocrat underground. And the reason for that is that Olarmian Robstone, we had thought about attacking him, but we had kind of decided in the end that Brock was the better target to start with. This little guy we're going to have go over and I guess, well, we've already made peace with this Frostling village here, so I'm not sure what I was thinking with this guy. I guess I'll have him probably just follow along. Alternatively, he could do some more scouting for us, I suppose. But anyway, so our Theocrat is ready to go. Now let's see, here down here. Yeah, we've made peace, so they are eventually going to become our vassal. Lots we can do. I think the goal is going to be this stack, of course, going for that quest, which is here. This unit's going to have to move, or else we're not going to be able to get in there. I think we ran into that problem last time, or at least I noticed it. So I think what I'm going to do here is probably head down towards this Lost Library to start with. I think that'll be a good area to begin. Otherwise, up here, ooh, look at this. Shadow Elf Settler coming out for Bowen Stargazer. We're still neutral with him at the moment, so we don't have any beef with him at the at this time. However, of course, that could change. So as I said, for now, we are just scouting out area around here, just trying to see what's going on, make sure we're kind of in the know. As I said, we've made peace with this city already. We can just keep cruising here. Yeah, it's really good just to know kind of what's going on, get eyes on as much as we can. All right, here we go. Quora is ready to keep moving in the Shadow Realm here, and we've been building up a secondary army with these Umbral Weavers, and we have an Orc Dire Rider as well. Excuse me. So, what we're going to do then is we're just going to keep moving on through all these structures, and maybe once we're a little bit stronger in this group, we might even consider taking on some of these higher level clearable structures just to see if we can get some really high level rewards. And all the while, we'll continue building this army. So we'll send this group down. They can join in for the fight. Sure, why not? Oh, okay, they're going to run. Sure, I'll let them run. Big green beetle. Sure, I'll take that reward. And add that into our growing stack there. This one we can engage as well, so let's do that with our highest mobility unit. Oh, they're going to run as well, no problem. Just kind of gaining free resources. There's nothing wrong with that. We'll head straight down here. Nice. Okay, we got some Draconians here. It'd be nice to try and get a hold of this Draconian flyer, if at all possible. Let's see if we can make that happen. Nice. Okay, they are going to fight us, which is good for me. I was hoping to engage them in battle such that I could maybe get this flyer on my side. Okay. Nice, and they are going to come to us. That makes our life a little bit easier. Alright, wonderful. So, again, we want to keep the flyers alive. That's important because we do want to hit them with our seduction attempt, if possible. Almost got the kill on the cold spawn. Not quite the finish, but that's about as close as you can get. We're going to park right here, kill the freelancer. There it is. We'll send Quora over here. And the objective with her is just to kill the cold spawn. Yep, there it is. Meanwhile, I think what we will do is we will just kind of move our other units around like that. I'm anticipating that the flyer is going to come in and attack either my nymph. Oh, it's going to go for the hero. Okay, wow, a lot of damage there. But that's fine by me. We can do now a seduction attempt. However, before I do that, it might be worth dropping a heal if possible. Ooh, I can't quite get the heal onto the hero. Actually, you know what? I can phase out of there. Let's do that. We'll just phase over here. And then our Epimelid can do a heal on Quora. Very nice. And then we can go for that seduction. Nice, and we were successful. So there we go. Now we've got a tier 3... pretty decent unit that we can group in with our other stack. Claws of the Prowler provides defense, improved wall climbing, and pounce. And pounce, of course, can be very useful. Pretty good, healthy injection of gold as well. Now, let's just see. Which of our heroes need leg gear still? Our Sorcerer does. Our Rogue does as well. I think the Rogue would really benefit from that, to be honest. Yeah, maybe we'll give it to the Rogue. Do have some foot gear coming for the Theocrat. So I'm thinking the Rogue or... Yeah, probably the Rogue's going to benefit the most. So let's do that. You know what? I should probably do this. There we go. Okay, so we can grab the item and try to send it to the Rogue. Now, I suspect it'll be a bit till it gets there. Ugh, and of course, yeah, the Rogue is the furthest away. But I really do think it's going to benefit her the most, so that's who we will send it to. Okay, we've got our other stack here, and we're going to add in the Beetle, and we will add in the Flyer. I think this Shadow Temple is probably just a touch outside of our capability at the moment. We really need to get access to probably at least maybe one more really good Tier 3, or if we could, a Tier 4 unit would be amazing for this group. So I think for now we will just hold steady with what we have. Oh, and look at that. We've got some roaming units to perhaps kill off. Let's grab this group together here just so that they are kind of grouped up. And then that'll take care of Quora's movement, so that's a pretty productive turn for her. Now, Karzan... Oh, here we go. Okay, Karzan's already cleared out that Beacon of Light, and now we've got an Astral Garden, Forge of Dreams, and some production resources. We're probably going to ignore the Castle of the Lich King. Like I said, probably just a little bit too strong for us at the moment. So let's head down here. We're going to let them run. Lots of different spider types here. Yeah, pretty much almost the whole gambit there. We will let them run. Oh, and look at that. We could get ourselves a Shadow Demon Harvester. Now, the really cool thing about these Harvesters is that they can spawn larvae. That being said, these guys, if I remember correctly, are dedicated to evil, and of course would be very miserable since I am dedicated to, or I am fully good, so I'm going to sell this for gold. As much as I would like to get a Shadow Demon unit going, I don't think it's beneficial given my alignment. So we are going to attack this group, and they do have an Ignoculus. Of course, the Ignoculus has mind control immunity, so... And I don't think we actually have any units in here that can recruit any units in Karzan's stack, so that's a moot point. I'm so used to most of my squads have at least one ability that lets them mind control or something like that. I do notice here that Disrupt Equipment is going to be in effect. Randomly corrupts and destroys the equipment of enemy units on the battlefield. One random affected enemy unit and all other affected enemy units within a 2-hex radius suffer -1 physical damage to melee and ranged attacks and -1 defense until end of combat. Okay, well, we'll have to be really careful. Shouldn't be too big of an issue, but just something to keep in mind. Okay, so there it is, affecting our support unit there. Alright, so, again, we don't have to be super, scared in this fight, but we don't want to, overextend ourselves or anything like that. There's no sense in being too aggressive, so I'm kind of inclined to maybe just let them come to us, to be perfectly honest. The Epimelid can perhaps kind of just drop back, put our Ogre here. Now, I wonder, can we cure? No, that's not going to do anything. What we will do with our Ogre, though, is we will attempt to throw a curse onto the Watchling. Okay, and that failed. Did reduce the movement a little bit, though. And then our hero can just move on back, and I think we will just let them... Oh, wow, so it hits multiple units. Okay. I really just wanted them to come a bit closer. So now, I should be able to just let these Phantasm Warriors have it here. So this does a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 9 versus minimum of 6, maximum of 10. So that's what we'll go with. Very nice. And you know what? Let's... Oh, we can't web them. Shoot. You know what we can do, though, is we can step up and blast them for a little bit of damage. And then the Spider Queen can go in there and get the kill, which is great. And then the Rock here, I think, should be able to charge in there, do some good damage. I wouldn't mind, perhaps, my Ogre going in there and beating up that Watchling, so let's do that. Nice, we got the stun, that's big. That helps us out a fair bit. Yeah, I think the Epimelid would be best served just heading over and staying with the hero. Okay. Our Ogre is getting beat up, but that'll be fine. Let's see, who needs to heal the most? Probably the Spider. There it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to step up. The Ignoculus, unfortunately, we're not in a great spot to do good damage, but we can do this at least. That's pretty solid. And then we can perhaps, yeah, we can sprint over and get the kill this way. Nice. And that frees up the Rock to then smack the Watchling. There it is. And then my plan would be to just finish them off here. Not quite. Oh, shoot, and we can't quite phase all the way over there either. Everybody else has already moved. Well, that's no good. Alright, well, we'll just do this. We should be okay. Yeah, there, that's fine. And then, we're gonna want to go like this. And Karzan maybe can even do a bit of damage here. Nice, and there's Karzan getting the kill. So our Ogre definitely took some damage, but we should be okay. So really, I think what we're going to want to do... Ooh, a Sun Spear. Now that's a good item. We will definitely take that. And I'm happy to have I think I'll have that stay with Karzan just because he's the closest. Okay, and then we'll regroup here. And then what we'll do is next turn we'll head down and grab those production resources, and that'll be really good. Meanwhile, over here, we've been building up a little bit of an army. We were going to combine them all here, so why don't we do that? And you know what? We can even have them go over and check out, see how well defended this is. Okay, it's pretty well defended. There is a Tier 3 Draconian support unit there, but I think we'd be able to handle it, so that's probably what we're going to try and do. This unit was doing some scouting for us, so why don't we just keep that going? Looks like we've got a tomb. Yeah, a gemstone mine and a quarry. Okay. Pretty good work there, doing some extra exploration for us. Always good. We are going to need to clear out this structure eventually. Because as you can see, this is right next to our main city here that we have. So definitely don't want that to remain active. So Karzan is going to have to clear that out eventually. Oh, whoops. I shouldn't have gone through here. Flowers of Gloom. Visiting units gain minus 100 morale penalties until the end of their next battle. Yeah, that's not ideal. You don't want that in your domain. This little guy is just going to keep exploring while he's here. See what he finds. Nothing too crazy. Got another wisp over here that can keep working. Go check out the water. Ooh, some treasure. Nice. Just about at the 1,000 gold mark, which is fantastic. This guy's just going to keep on digging. Nice, and he just pushed us into that 1,000 gold range. You know what? That should... if we can keep up having more than 1,000 gold, I think we get a big morale boost, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going to be spending it, obviously. I just remembered that as well. Let's check out over here. We just want to do some scouting. See what is around our dwelling down here. Right, okay, and we've got this Merman Reef Guard, who I would love to add into one of our stacks here. The closest is going to be our Theocrat, so that's probably where we'll try to go with him. Alternatively, we could just build a couple of units to clear out some of these aquatic structures. I mean, that's not the worst idea. I mean, between, you know, having the Reef Guard and maybe 2 Tritons or something, that's not the worst plan ever. Maybe we'll just do that. We'll build up 2 or 3 units, have a squad, and just start clearing out some of this water stuff. I don't hate that. I think that might actually work out pretty well for us. We've got another Oil Occultist. You know what? This stack could use another one, that's for sure. Don't think that's the worst idea. Alternatively, we send him over just to provide some additional guarding of our throne city for now. That's not terrible. I might do that just in the interim. And the reason I say that is because with this Rise of the Fire Rogue coming, I would like to have some guards for my throne city. Once that's kind of resolved, then I can move him off, because it's expensive keeping a tier 3 unit there on base guarding duty. That's not really the most efficient use of a highly expensive and also very powerful unit. Let's see what else we got going on. Lots of joint offers. We do have plenty of gold to make that happen if we were so inclined. You know, I'm kind of tempted to go for this Ceremonial Annexe just so that I have access to the Outcast Watchman. That's a very, very powerful unit. It just sucks because it takes 5 turns to do, which is really expensive from a investment standpoint of how long it's going to take to really get the payoff of it. Yalasir here. Oh, it's such a shame. It's at 98 production. We could just give it 2 more. That would be ideal to get it to 100. Maybe we'll do the Hall of Trials. I really want to see some more of these Chivalrous Intention units. Nurm. What else can we do in Nurm? Don't really want to spend a ton of money on it at the moment. Again, having some units to guard it wouldn't be the worst idea, but I mean, if I lost this city, I wouldn't be too upset, quite frankly. let's skip Nurem for now. About Zardor. I mean, part of me is tempted to just go with some observatories for the extra... Oh, you know what? We get the extra gold from that, too. Yeah, I'll definitely go for the observatory. That's thanks to our race governance for Tigrans there. You can see the 10 extra gold for this. Plus, we get the extra knowledge income from Arcane Study. So that's kind of a no-brainer. All right, back to our throne city here. Nice, we can do the hospital now. Look at that, we're running low on gold again. That gets eaten up pretty darn fast. Hodin. Hodin has a couple units guarding it, nothing crazy, but at least it's got a few there. I'm gonna build a sand tower in Hodin just for the extra defense. As Bandaria again, I think for now we will probably just hold off. I'm not gonna build anything there. Orlaness, this is the city that at least we've managed to get them up to being content instead of being unhappy. And again, that's largely due to the terrain that they're in, right? Because nomads really don't like the Arctic. We originally this was a high elf city, but we had to convert it over, which was unfortunate. It got captured by Melenis, our necromancer opponent, early in the game, and then we had to when we recaptured it, we had to migrate it over because it had already been converted into a ghoul city, which is too bad. So for now, nothing there. Okay, so Nurem. You know, an observatory isn't the worst idea. That does give us extra domain radius, which I think could help us out. Gets the quarry into the domain faster. Corrupted farm is there. We can probably purify that eventually. That's going to do it for our turn here. And then, yeah, I'm not really keen on absorbing any of these other cities at the moment. There's just... We don't have anybody in the area. This is the one I would love to do at some point. It's a really well-positioned city, and it's quite large. But until I'm a little bit further along with Brock, I don't think it's worth the risk. Now, in terms of where to summon this Node Serpent, that's another good question. I'm thinking maybe in with the Rogue would not be the worst plan, especially since we're going to be attacking Brock. That's definitely a good option. I'm feeling pretty decent about that, actually. So that's where we'll do it. We'll summon it there. And then we could probably just keep on going. I see no reason not to just continue summoning these Node Serpents until we have access to the Eldritch Horror, which is going to be fantastic. So, yeah, that's going to do it there. Like I said, all these other ones, I'm just not in a position where I'm able to absorb these safely. Can't guarantee that there aren't units around or spawning structures around there. This is the only one that I probably could absorb, but I have nothing to kind of clear this structure out, and I just don't think it's worth it at this point. Maldora has grown, that's good. Okay. And then the only other one here, a Finderlon. Again, not in a bad spot, but just don't really have anybody around to clear it out, so... Right, and this group cleared out that spawning structure up there, which was great. Alright, well, I think we will end the turn there. I just want to double-check my diplomacy with Caradon real fast, make sure I've already... Okay, we did already send him a proposal, so... I'm assuming... I think I was sending him just some extra resources, trying to get him up over 2,500 to really improve our odds of having an alliance with him. So, alright, let's flip it over and see what comes next here. Alright. So we'll keep an eye on Brock. That's probably who we need to watch the most since we're now at war with him. I do have to be pretty careful. Things could get nasty with Brock if I'm not... if I don't, really strike kind of fast here. I want to just try and wipe out as many of his cities as I can. Take them over and either absorb or raise them or whatever I need to do. Obviously, if I raise them, I am going to get some negative morale or negative alignment, but that's not the end of the world, really. I'm so good at this point. I could get some negative alignment and still be still be totally pure good. I do have to be careful, though. That would obviously harm my relationship with whichever race I decide to raise if I end up doing that. Okay, looks like Caradon has Evangelists out. Okay, Brock is moving here. Let's see if he does anything that I can see anyway. So far, nothing. But I suspect he's probably mobilizing his troops in here, trying to rally and defend his cities and come to attack me. Okay, so these roaming units are attacking Quora's group. We'll just do that quick. Get it dealt with. So we're just going to let them kind of come to us. We really don't have to do anything too crazy here. I will drop a heal on my rock, though, just because it is a little bit damaged. I don't think Seduce works on the elemental units, but I can try that. If it does, that would be great. I could try and get this Frost Elemental here. Okay, not quite in range, unfortunately. So let's step up, annihilate that Wisp. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even that concerned about trying for it. I'm just gonna step up, do some work there, jump in behind, and get the one shot, one kill. All right. Ooh, okay. So here it is. Oh, wow. A squad that has a dragon, an obsidian dragon in it. That is not good. So it spawned an army, it looks like, that is going to really give us some trouble. We may have to do some spell casting to assist my forces here. So, obviously the dragon is the primary concern. I'm thinking the Night Guard might be able to tank that a little bit. Most of these are ranged units as well. So, I'm thinking what we do... Jungle Stalker is has a pole arm, okay. These are all ranged units, so we're going to want them kind of in support here. So I'm going to spread out. I don't want to get grouped up too closely just because the dragon does have the... I guess I have my spearman as well. The dragon does have that weakening breath, which I got to watch out for. Thankfully, we've got plenty of mobility to work with, so... that, at least, is very good. Okay, the dragon not really doing anything, which is a little bit unfortunate. I was kind of hoping make my life a touch easier, but doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Blast that ghost. You know what? Let's just step up and get the kill here. There it is. Okay, now I wouldn't be surprised if the Night Guard gets attacked. Probably by the Ghast and maybe the dragon. We'll have to see. On this side of things, we can step up, and we could do some good damage to this ghost. Maybe I will step up one more. Yeah, there. Now we can get full damage. You know what? And the spearman can get right in there, soften him up further, and then we can get the kill this way. Nice. Now, here's where we're going to get blasted by the weakening breath, probably. So I'm going to move over like this, just to try to be ready to help if I need to. Okay, yep, there's the weakening breath. That was totally expected. Alright, well, good news is we can flank this Ghast. Some pretty good damage. Flank him again, and there's the big kill. Alright, so now it's just a matter of dealing with this dragon. I say just a matter of, like it's not going to be a big deal. Obviously, this is going to be very, very dangerous for me. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to park myself like this, and then I'm going to move up. I think what I'm going to do is probably... one of these units is going to have to just kind of take the hit so I can get a good flank, and I think it's going to be this Prospector. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to hit. Okay, we resisted the Fearsome at least. That does give us a flank shot, which is really good. Oh, and we're panicked. That's not good. Okay, the Gamekeeper can advance and get some flank shots here, which is good. And now everyone else is just going to have to move in to try to assist, because obviously taking on this dragon is going to be tough. We're going to lose at least 1 or 2 units here for sure. Yep, there it is. All right, so good news, though, is we can now probably just do a combination of flank shots here, really. So we'll jump around behind, get a flank there. We did get panicked, but that's not the end of the world. You know what? We can probably sprint our way over here. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, we'll go like this. You know, I want to use up our movement, so we're only hitting 1 time here. So we'll go over like this, flank them there, get panicked, flank here. Oh, almost the kill. Shoot, and of course 1 health left. That's really annoying. I'm going to use a fireball just to finish him off here. Yeah, there. I didn't want him to kill off another unit in this squad, so... Alright. I mean, we did lose one of our units, but not the end of the world. It's just going to be a little bit harder to clear this out. We may need to reinforce a touch before we go for the clear of this structure. You can see, though, it obviously is very important we get this cleared out, because that did just summon a squad that had a dragon in it, which threatens our nearby cities, so including our vassals, which, as you can see, are not really that well defended, just a bunch of cold spawns there. I guess there is 1 ice claw, but that's really not enough against a dragon. We did get a tribute here from one of our Tigran vassals. I'll take the small army. Oh, wow, a tier 3 support Tigran seer. Oh, that's incredible. And of course, as a support unit, it benefits from School of Teleportation. It has phase. And it also has Inflict Stun from School of Enchantment. Oh, that's incredible. This is a very, very good unit to have. It has Psionic Blast, good melee attack, Safeguard, Total Awareness, Charge. That's incredible. Yeah, very happy to have this unit. That's amazing. Well, you know what? Now I'm a little more tempted to absorb this city. Maybe grab another unit or 2. I could produce some units out of Yalassir and make myself a little squad here to start clearing stuff out in this region. There is like a Sphinx Temple. There's some other structures. I think we've cleared most of this, but still, it wouldn't be bad to to start building that up. Alternatively, we could try and get this seer to head over and join one of our units. And I don't know if we ever did find out really what's underground. I guess we kind of did here. We've got this goblin outpost. They want 59 gold for us to make peace with them. That's pretty cheap. You know what? I'm going to do that. That's practically nothing. Yeah, a couple of turns till they're our vassal. That's fine. Let's see. We can upgrade Quora with a level up here. Now at level 12. Master Illusionist, I think we basically decided we don't need that, really. So let's just focus maybe on a little bit of survivability. Just seeing what else we have here for options. We could do Steel Enchantment. But I think maybe we'll just go with hit points, defense, and a little bit of extra resistance. Sure, why not? I think that's pretty solid. And you know what? We'll even upgrade range strength, just because we tend to do a lot of ranged attacks with our heroes. All right, Caradon accepted the proposal. Let's see what our relationship with him is at now. Nice. Okay, it's almost 2,700. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go to negotiate. We're going to try this again here. Let's try an alliance proposal. And we will also gift him another 500 mana along with it. Let's see if he decides to accept that. Okay, lots of items have shown up here. We've got a Rod of Lightning Charge with our Theocrat. That's good. So now he's got more options for ranged attacks. We've got... Oh, and his headgear showed up too. That's that +1 resistance and Undead Slayer. This item was just going to be deleted here, so we're just going to sell that for the gold. Just a common melee weapon. And then we've got a Sun Spear. That's the one we picked up last turn with Karzan here. Karzan is just waiting on a shield as well, which is good. Let's move that over. So the Sun Spear is basically a free attack, very similar to what the Tigran Chariot unit gets. Let's see. Yeah, throw Sun Spear. You can see it does not cost action points. That's the real benefit there. Okay. Just trying to see if there's any alliance proposals here. I do notice that Gavencrest finished that Triton. You know what? I think maybe we go for one more, and then we can start going and clearing a few of these minor structures. So let's grab one more Triton. And then we can start that process. I think that'll be a really good use of these units. Meanwhile, this little guy, like I said, I can do a little bit of scouting. I mean, why not? We'll grab this. Head up north. What's this? Ooh, there's a haunted boneyard right there. That is not ideal. Pretty well guarded as well. It's got 3 tier 2 units and a tier 3 guarding it, so that is going to have to get dealt with eventually. Okay. I don't see any alliance proposals, like I said, over on this side. We do have a join offer. The Dragons do want to join us, and I would be very happy to do it. The only problem, like I said, is Brock is on the boundary of this vassal, and I don't want to leave it open to attack by removing all of these Guardian units, right? We've got 2 tier 4 units guarding it, including a Fabled Dragon, which is very, very cool. It's just kind of got a Fire Breath with a Blight-focused melee attack. Fearsome, of course. Has charge. Very cool. Alright, so this group's going to cruise in here. And then we're just going to go in and attack, really. I don't think we need to be too fancy about this. You know what? I'm just going to engage it with the stack we've got here. There's no sense using this group too. Just engage this battle, and then we're going to turn right around. As soon as it's over, we're going to turn around and go over towards Brock's territory and see if we can capture another of his cities once this is over. I am probably going to try to dominate that one unit here if we have the chance. Let's see. Got an Axeman and a Sparrowhawk. I'll try to grab one of them just because. If nothing else, I can leave them behind as a base guardian. Nice. Okay, we hit him with the Fire Plague. That's going to make him a little bit easier to mind control, which is good for us. Node Serpent is in kind of rough shape, so we will have to just keep an eye on that. Don't have any good healing abilities, unfortunately, from our Rogue, which is aside from our spell casting, of course. Which, you know what, we could do that. Let's do a quick dash just for the healing on the Node Serpent. Yeah, there it is. Again, we don't have to rush. We can take our time here. Let's throw that regen on the Node Serpent. The Maloculus, on the other hand, can move in. Go for that Broken Spirit. Nice, okay. I think Broken Spirit makes them easier, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there it is. It decreases their resistance, which is going to make the Dominate attempt easier. So that's really good. And we could even get our Rogue in there and try for... Well, we don't want to risk it. I was going to say we could get in there and try for the Charm attempt, but I think it's better to play it safe. Like I said, we don't have to be aggressive here. We can take our time. We don't have to take any big risks. So let's let them just come to us here. Ooh, Dispel. Okay, that's fine. A little bit of damage there. Nothing we can't handle. That's totally fine. What I am going to do then is I'm going to move in here with the Rogue. Go for the Charm. Nice, we got it. That's great. And now we can just move on in here with our units and try to assist. We don't want the Sparrowhawk to now get killed right after acquiring it. So I'm going to phase in here just to be at least a bit of a deterrent. we can... Can't quite get a Dominate in there, which is too bad. But we can step up and get a Blast here at least. Nice, there's a Broken Spirit at least. Do a bit of damage to that Axeman. Nice, we got the stun, that's good. Oh, they got a Dispel there. Interesting. Okay, well. Touche, I guess. So what we'll do instead, then, is we will try for a web. Okay, no luck. The Node Serpent can at least sprint away, though, which is good. And then we can step in and try for that Dominate. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, not the end of the world. We can try for a web over here. There it is. Nice, good kill there. So, now all we have to do is just get the finish right here. Perfect. So a little annoying we didn't get ourselves a free base guard, but that's okay. One thing we could do, I suppose, is leave behind this Dire Panther or something, just to have something on the city. City awaits its fate. Honestly, for now, let's just absorb it. If it does get captured in the meantime, that's fine. It's not like it's critical for us or anything. I'm going to send the Dire Panther over here just to serve as a base guard temporarily. And then what I'm going to do is go like this. I'm still going to keep this spider along with this squad, but just as a extra unit alongside. Now, if I can get this unit up to gold medal, of course it will evolve, and that's the goal, so that would be extremely beneficial. We're going to now level up our rogue. Just looking here what our options are. We're at level 10. You know, sprint wouldn't be bad. Inflict severely poisoned could really have some benefit. Infiltration squad, you know what? I'm going to grab this. Although, really, it's kind of wasted on these units that are flying and floating. Maybe that's pointless. I was just thinking, since we're going to be attacking cities now moving forward, I'm still going to do it. You know, it's a bit of a waste, but at the very least now, if we're attacking any cities, we're well equipped to do it. Let's just make sure we've done all of our movement before we start doing any selection of production choices. Oh, look at this. We've got some undead, presumably coming from underground. Well, that's even more reason for us to try to head underground. So, let's do that. Alright, we will do some manual combat here. Just want to kill off these zombies. Good chance to just farm a little bit more experience with this squad. What do we got here? So, Oil Occultist can do a little firebomb. Nice, and look at that. Stunned both of them. That's just incredible. And then we can step right up, do some work there, and follow it up with some blasts from our hero. And then we can send our Node Serpent in to just get the kill easily. And then our Epsilon Warrior can charge right in. And this should be pretty much all said and done here. The Djinn, let's just see, does anyone need some healing? I guess the Node Serpent, we really don't absolutely need it, but sure, why not? And then let's blast the zombie here for some extra damage. The Oil Occultist can step right up. Get the kill easily there. Epsilon Warrior can get the finish and the nice level up to gold medal, which is great. Very nice. Right, so now the question, of course, should we go underground? Should we clear out these structures first? I don't really know, but at least we're in the right spot here where we can kind of do either option. We could always move over, clear this stuff out, and then turn around and head underground. One thing, though, would be nice to know what else is under here. I think we had a scout down here that got killed, if I remember right. But it does look like this might connect over here. Can't really see much, so there is at least something to clear out. That looks like maybe a great farm. Can't be sure, though. Alright, now this squad, I'm going to just have them head straight over for this. It's going to take a while to get there, but eventually if they can make it over there, that would be great. Oh, and they're probably going to get... Oh, no. They're going to get attacked by these roaming units and probably killed, which is too bad. Well, shoot. Alright, this guy can just keep on following the roads here. We just want to see as much as we can. So that's enough for him. Meanwhile, in the Shadow Realm, we've still got Quora here. I guess now the big question is going to be, where do we go with Quora? We have met this dwelling, and they do want money to make peace, and I'll do that. This would be a great one to have as a vassal. These are the uncorrupted Archons, which are pure good, and they, I believe, are dedicated to good, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yep, they are. So that would be a great one to try to get on our side. Goes really nicely with our alignment. As I said, you know, I could go for this Shadow Temple, but I just don't think it's worth the risk. I'm going to instead just kind of try to head through the territory here and keep moving. Ah, and look at that. There's a spawner down there that needs to be dealt with. So that's good that we see that, because that gives us a chance to clear it out. And that'll help if this becomes our vassal. Then it won't be under nearly as much threat. You can see some roaming Shadow Demons here. I do see some stuff over here. I'm not 100% sure what that is. Looks like just terrain. Nothing too crazy. Alright, now, this group. Do we want to risk this battle? I mean, admittedly, I don't really feel great about it. One thing I guess I could do is send this squad over to help. And that's, I think, what I'm going to do. At least having one more unit to just kind of round this squad out. So we'll do that. We'll meet up. Now, at least we've got a full squad of 6. And then I think we can head in and try and clean this thing out. Meanwhile, this unit's just going to keep scouting. We've already got it doing a really good job, so just keep it going here. Nice. Okay, and there's a treasure chest. We can head over and grab that next turn. Tarzan now. Okay, let's grab these production resources, and then, like I said, I think we are going to just completely head straight back to Ripura. We'll clear out the Beacon of Light, the Raven's Keep, the Shadow Sanctuary, and then we will head over and get rid of this spawner. So lots of good work for Tarzan to do here, and continuing to gain a lot of strength as he does so. Just some basic Draconians to kill off, nothing too crazy. Should be fairly straightforward here. Do need to get some healing onto our Ogre. Took a bit of a beating in that last battle, so just got to make sure we keep our Ogre in good shape. So, nice, good heal there. That makes a big difference. Let's get our Spider Queen in behind here. Go for a web. Excellent. Kill off that priest. One shot. No problem at all. And then we can try and stun the Flamer. Oh, perfect. Even better. And now all that's left to deal with is the webbed hatchling, which we can take our time with. Don't even have to rush. We can throw a curse just for some experience. Yep, there it is. Nice and easy. Tarzan can move over and just blast him. Perfect. Man, our sorcerers are getting really strong. This is fantastic. I would like to replace this smuggler with a stronger unit in this squad, just to have more tier 2, at least tier 2, but preferably another tier 3 or even a tier 4 unit if we could. Oh, this is great. Okay, production resources here. Mariner's Guild or Serpent Reef. We're going to go with the Serpent Reef. That's going to give us access to the Sea Serpent. So let's check this thing out. It's a tier 4 monster. Wow. Holy cow. Now, it has swimming, but it looks like it's going to be stuck only in the water. So that's important to note here. Doesn't have any ability to walk on land as far as I can see. Terror from the Deep. Got Slip Away and Sprint. Wonder now, if we level it up, does it gain... Oh, look at that. At silver medal rank, it gets walking. Now, that is very cool. You know what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to stop producing the Triton. And I think I'm going to grab this Sea Serpent. Once that unit's done, then we'll have our little army we can start working with. And I want to get that Sea Serpent enough experience to gain it walking, and then we can go on land with it and really do some damage, which will be fantastic. Boy, that was a really nice acquisition. I'm glad we got those resources. I didn't realize just how powerful that Sea Serpent is, so very, very lucky to have it. This will become our vassal relatively soon, so might be good getting down there at some point. But like I said, the main goal here is just going to be getting back to our territory over here into Ripura, where we've already got control and we can start clearing out those structures. So just head up there. Now it's just going to be a little bit more scouting for us. Let's check out across this mountain here, and we'll go towards this water, I think. It's really nice having so many units getting us really, really good vision here. Makes it so much easier when you're trying to plan out what you're doing. There's some gold. We might be able to grab that if we can make peace with whatever city this is. Okay. This unit here just continuing to explore in the water. Always keen to check the water because there tends to be those treasure chests just floating there if you get lucky enough to find them. Obviously, that injection of resources is always appreciated. Okay, there we go. So, a little more mining, a little more gold. All right, now. Yes, okay, and they've moved out of the way. We should be able to do this battle. Ooh, it's going to be a tough one. We've got 2 Yetis and a Frostling. Now, I think we've still... Excuse me. I think we've still got this quest going. Oh, and we do. We've got a single turn left, so the timing could not have been better. All right, let's do this battle. It's going to be a tough one. I mean, thankfully, we've at least got a couple of units that are pretty well equipped to deal with this, but this could certainly be pretty challenging. The good news, too, is we've got that fireball spell that we can use, which the Yeti are going to be weak against. So I think what we'll probably do is use the Sun Guard and the Protector to tank damage, allowing the Rock to flank in behind, as well as the Blight Tusk Boar to do the same. And then we'll use our Prospector just to dish out a little bit of range damage from in behind our shield units. So we're going to just keep these guys, kind of like I said, in behind, ready to charge in, get those flank shots. Oh, and that's like the worst thing we could have had happen. Of course, these guys get a freeze. Dang it, that's really a shame. You know what? I'm going to use the Blight Tusk Boar to go tie these guys up. Nice, okay, and they got a one-shot kill. That's really helpful. Right, the Rock's going to cruise in and go after the Yeti, do some heavy damage. And then let's get in there and just flank him to death. Nice work. Okay, and then we can blast him for some extra damage. I think we're in good shape now. Yeah, I figured they might go in and try to kill my frozen unit, which is unfortunate, but now we've got them right where we want them. Nice and easy. We'll just get the kill there, and a good level up for our Protector. There it is. And again, the big benefit there is now we have this as a vassal, and we got ourselves a Naga Guardian. So I will happily take that reward. I notice we also have these protecting Sandals of the Rainforest, which aren't bad. They give some blight protection and a little bit of defense. So let's just check our heroes real quick and see which one still is lacking leg gear. I know one of them, if I remember right, is still... Yeah, so our Tigran Sorcerer is still missing leg gear. Our Rogue now has some on the way. It's just going to take a while to get there. So, yeah, let's go back underground. See if I can find where that was. Is it over here? There's our... What's it down here? Oh, here it is. Okay, I just must have missed it. Okay, and then we'll send this over to... Yeah, there it is. So at least now we'll have some foot gear for our hero. Group up. And now, you know, the thing too is this squad is still going to be able to do a decent amount of damage here underground. We can add this Naga Guardian into the squad, which kind of replaces that Tigran Sun Guard we lost. And, you know, they should still be able to do some pretty good damage, especially as they gain more experience. This Protector already at Silver Medal rank, which is great. Okay, Wisp is just continuing to scout for us here, so let's just keep heading up this way and see what we find. Okay, so that connects there. That's good to know. All right. Now, our Seer. Where do we want to go with the Seer? So like I said, there's kind of a lot of decisions to make here with this one. I think what I'm going to do is send the Seer up this way to join in with this city, and then we can start building some extra units once we have this Hall of Trials. I think that's going to be very useful for us. Not to mention we can add in this Oil Occultist too. So for now, the Oil Occultist is just going to sit on the Throne City, provide some assistance there. Nice, okay, we can go for this Lost Library here. Ooh, maybe a chance to gain one of these Apprentice units as well. Although, yeah, I think we do have Convert with our Theocrat, that's right. So this should be a good chance to gain an extra unit here, maybe. I don't think they have Mind Control immunity. Let's just take a quick look. Okay, great, they don't. They do have high resistance, however, so it is going to be challenging. Not impossible, though. Tried the Fire Plague, didn't work. Again, our units are extremely powerful, so we really don't have to be too worried about this fight. I'm just hoping maybe we can get a conversion. If it doesn't work, that's fine too, but... So they're going to be opened up to all kinds of attacks now, which is going to make things a lot easier for us here. So we can just charge right in and start killing. Oh yeah, look at that. One shot. Dead. You know what? Let's move up even closer and get the full damage here. Nice critical and a... Wow, look at that. Unbelievable. You're just slaughtering them. And then we can charge in here, finish off that Apprentice. And then we will go for that conversion, because why not? 50-50, and we didn't get it. That's fine. We'll phase in behind for the flank. Nice. And then this should be all she wrote. Yep, there it is. Oh, hey, and a nice level up for our Node Serpent, too. That's great. And look at... Oh, and we gained Summon Hellhound. Well, the only thing with that is I think the Hellhound is a... Actually, I'm not sure if it's dedicated to evil. I don't think it is, because... Well, it doesn't matter anyway. We have the Node Serpent, which we're going to use instead. But that does take care of one of those researchable spells we would have otherwise had to spend a turn getting access to. So that's great. We can send our Theocrat up here. I see that there's another Lost Library over here, which would be very good to clear out. Not to mention a Crystal Tree. So lots of good stuff for our Theocrat to do. And you know what? I think this is a great place to end the episode here. We actually accomplished a fair bit in a relatively short time frame here in terms of turns. So all in all, pretty happy with where we're at. I just want to see what else we have to move here if we do. Okay, no. So we've moved pretty much everybody now. It's just production choices. So that's a great thing. We can make those choices next episode and kind of figure out where we want to go from there. I think we probably do need to get more units involved, though. It can't just be our rogue. So I probably need to mobilize more of our troops to attack Brock. I don't want to give him more time to kind of turtle up and get ready for us, or alternatively start trying to attack us. So I think that's got to be our priority moving forward. It can't just be my rogue doing the fighting. We're saving this one as episode 17. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.